Get ready to be excited and entertained about Mercedes-Benz and the world of Formula One. To begin with, Mercedes-Benz, a renowned automotive brand, has had a significant presence in the world of Formula One through its team, Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team. It has achieved great success recently, dominating the sport and winning multiple championships. Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team has been a force to reckon with drivers like Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas showcasing exceptional talent and skill behind the wheel. Mercedes Formula One cars have been known for their speed, reliability, and technological advancements. In the Formula One sphere, a Grand Prix refers to a specific race event. The term Grand Prix originated from the French phrase Grand Prize. Formula One Grand Prix races are held at various locations worldwide, forming a series of high-profile events attracting millions of fans. Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team has been a dominant force in the Formula One Grand Prix races, securing numerous victories and championships. They have consistently developed their cars to maintain a competitive edge, with continuous upgrades and innovations in engine performance, aerodynamics, and tire management. Mercedes has had a strong presence in Formula One for many years and has been one of the most successful teams in the sport. Here are some key points regarding Mercedes and their involvement in Formula One. Number 1. Team history. Mercedes-Benz first entered Formula One as a constructor in the 1950s, achieving success with legendary drivers such as Juan Manuel Fangio. After a long hiatus, Mercedes returned to the sport as an engine supplier to other teams in 1994. They later took over the Brawn GP team and rebranded it as Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team. Number 2. Recent dominance. Since introducing the hybrid power unit era in 2014, Mercedes has been the dominant force in Formula One. They've won the Constructors' Championship every year from 2014 to 2020, and Lewis Hamilton, their star driver, has won the Drivers' Championship multiple times. Number 3. Success with drivers. Mercedes has had a roster of talented drivers, including Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, and Valtteri Bottas. Lewis Hamilton, in particular, has had immense success with the team, winning multiple world championships and establishing himself as one of the sport's greatest drivers. Number 4. Technical excellence. Mercedes is known for its technical expertise and innovative approach. Their power units have been among the most powerful and reliable on the grid, giving them a significant advantage. The team's attention to detail, aerodynamic excellence, and continuous development have played a vital role in their success. Number 5. Commitment to sustainability. Mercedes has shown a commitment to sustainability and environmental responsibility in Formula One. They have been at the forefront of developing hybrid power units that are more fuel efficient and have reduced emissions, aligning with the sport's push for greener technologies. However, Mercedes always had a strong showing at the Spanish Grand Prix, with Lewis Hamilton and George Russell finishing second and third respectively. It was the first time that Mercedes had finished on the podium since the season-opening Bahrain Grand Prix. The team's improved performance was due to several factors, including a new set of upgrades introduced at the Spanish Grand Prix. These upgrades include a new front wing, a new rear wing, and a revised floor. The upgrades appear to have addressed some of the issues Mercedes has faced with its car this season. The team has been struggling with porpoising, a phenomenon that causes the car to bounce up and down at high speeds. The new upgrades have helped reduce the amount of porpoising, making the car more stable and easier to drive. Furthermore, Mercedes is still behind Red Bull and Ferrari in the championship standings, but the team's improved performance is a positive sign. If Mercedes can continue to develop its car, it could be a contender for the championship later in the season. Here's some good news for Mercedes after their comeback at the Spanish GP. The team has finally solved the porpoising issue, which has been a major problem for them all season. The new upgrades have made the car more stable and easier to drive, which has allowed Hamilton and Russell to extract more performance from it. The team is now much closer to Red Bull and Ferrari in terms of pace, and they are now a genuine contender for race wins and podiums. Mercedes hopes they can continue improving their car and close the gap to Red Bull and Ferrari in the championship standings. If they can do that, they can be a real force to be reckoned with in the second half of the season. Mercedes is a very successful team in Formula One, having won the Constructors' Championship for the past 8 consecutive years. They have also won the Drivers' Championship 6 times in that period, with Lewis Hamilton winning 5 of those titles. The team's performance in Grand Prix has been consistently strong, and they have often been the favorites to win. However, they have not always been able to convert that into wins, and have had some disappointing results in recent years. In the 2022 season, Mercedes struggled with porpoising, a phenomenon that caused the cars to bounce up and down at high speeds. It made it difficult for the drivers to control the cars and cost them a lot of time. Despite their problems, Mercedes still finished 3rd in the Constructors' Championship. They also won 3 races, with Lewis Hamilton winning twice and George Russell winning once. The team is hoping to return to winning ways in the 2023 season. They have a new car designed to address the porpoising issue and have also made some changes to their driver lineup. The team has signed George Russell as a full-time driver, and he will be partnering with Lewis Hamilton. Russell is a highly rated young driver and is expected to challenge Hamilton for race wins. Mercedes is one of the most successful teams in Formula One, and they are always in contention for race wins. They hope to return to the top of the grid in 2023. Mercedes had a good comeback at the Spanish Grand Prix, with Lewis Hamilton finishing 2nd and George Russell finishing 3rd. Surprisingly, it was the first time that Mercedes had finished on the podium since the Bahrain Grand Prix in March. The team's improvements were evident throughout the weekend, as they were able to challenge Red Bull and Ferrari for race wins. There are several reasons for Mercedes' turnaround. First, the team changed its car after the Monaco Grand Prix, including a new front wing and floor. These changes helped to improve the car's aerodynamics and downforce, which allowed it to be more competitive in high-speed corners. Second, Mercedes changed its setup for the Spanish Grand Prix. The team decided to run a lower ride height, which helped to improve the car's handling. It was a risky decision, as it could have led to porpoising, but it ultimately paid off. Third, Hamilton and Russell drove very well in Spain. Hamilton was particularly impressive, as he could keep up with Verstappen for most of the race. Russell also drove a strong race, and he was able to pass Carlos Sainz Jr. for 3rd place late in the race. Mercedes' comeback at the Spanish Grand Prix is a good sign for the team. It shows that the team can still compete for race wins, and it gives them hope for the rest of the season. However, it is important to remember that Mercedes is still not the fastest team on the grid. Red Bull and Ferrari are still the favorites to win the championship, but Mercedes is now a genuine podium contender. Let's go through some of the good news for Mercedes after their comeback at the Spanish Grand Prix. They are now the 2nd fastest team on the grid. They have closed the gap to Red Bull and Ferrari. They have shown that they can compete for race wins. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell are both driving well. The team is motivated and confident. Mercedes hopes to build on their success in Spain and challenge for wins in the next few races. The British Grand Prix at Silverstone is next up, and it will be a good opportunity for the team to show their true potential. For more of such interesting videos, like and subscribe to us.